Welcome everyone in our Telegram group that is simply to teach Arabic. It's very focused group. We have right now all the Arabic alphabets, so we would like to read them all. Well, the first word is alif, alif, which is actually derived from it. The word alphabets came from it actually. The first letter, the first semantic letter from various semantic languages, not just Arabic, is alif. From it came alphabets. And then when you describe someone who is a leader, you call him an alpha male. So it's the first letter. It's always signifies someone whom or something that is first. Alpha. So the first one is alif. In Arabic we say alif. Perfect. The second one is ba. The third one is ta. By the way, in Arabic you have letters that are named certain names to describe them, and they have their own sounds, such as the letter H. The letter H, for example, in the word how, its sound is ha. In Arabic, it's the same. So you have letters that have names and that they make sounds, specific sounds. So in each letter, I will read to you the name of the letter and how it sounds. So the first one we said, alif, and it sounds precisely by its own is a. The second one is ba, which is sound as ba. Simply equivalent to the letter B. And then we have, which is equivalent to the letter T, is ta. And then we have tha. This might be challenging for different language, different people with different languages, but in English you do have a resemblance to the tha, which is that. However, that is not that close to it. But when you say third, all right, or three, th as in three, third, such as so on and so forth. But when we go to jim, we have the sound ja, which is equivalent to a J, such as jack. And then we have ha. If we want to pronounce ha correctly, put your hand on your chest and then say ha with an H and A. Ha. You will feel like your chest is now sinking in. But when you say ha, your chest does not sink in. It's your throat. So the concentration in this letter, which is the letter ha right here, we focus on the throat area, just the throat area, that we have some inflicted pressure to articulate the letter ha. All right, and then we have kha, which you might find it in different dialects of Spanish, German. Kha. It's not it's not that stressed. Some people exaggerate it, it's disgusting, It's just kha. It's very light. Kha. All right. And then we have dal, which is equivalent to a D, da. And then we have dhal, which is tha. Exactly like the definitive article of th and e, tha. All right. And then we have ra. Yes, we do have certain pronunciation to the rolling R, but it's not like Spanish, which is it's not that frequent or quick in Arabic. However, it resembles its lightness or quickness, like ra. Not like the English R, which is heavier than a ra. All right. And then we have Zain, which is actually is Zai, not Zain, it's Zai. It ought to be written as Zai, not Zain. However, we just want to, clarify and move on. It ought to be Zai. Zai. All right. And then we have Sin, Sa, equivalent to an S. And then Sheen, equivalent to SNH. And then we have, you have to focus just a little bit on the difference between Sin and Sod, which is equivalent to like an opera kind of way to say things, It's Sod, Sod. It's, let's say, more prestigious. It's fancier than a normal Sin. It's Sod. So, if you want to say fish in Arabic, you say samak. But when you want to say catching a fish, is sayd. Sayd, which is catching. Sayd al-samak, and it's also hunting. So, sayd al-samak, sad and sin. There is a difference. And then we have dad. The Arabic language is called the language of the dad because this particular letter is not included in the alphabet of any other language other than Arabic. Only Arabic has this letter. So it's totally fine if you find it. It's totally fine if you find it difficult for you to articulate. It is dad, 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 dad. And then we have Vad, the first one is Dad and the second one is Va. Between them is this little guy, which is Ta, and then after Ta we have Va. All right, so this is Dad. Let me get the marker. This is Dad, this is Ta, and this is Va. All right, you don't have to focus on them that much in the beginning, just to get an idea. The others are much more significant in the beginning. However, you ought to learn each and every letter, but don't stress too much yourself in the beginning. Now, let's see. Now we have Ain, which is the name of the Arabic language. In Arabic is Arabiyyah. It's not Arabic, such as in English. In English, you don't have the equivalent of the letter Ain. You have the closest articulation to Ain. This letter in Arabic, Ain, is an A. An English A, like Ain, Arabic, but and you might use it as an E, such as the E in medical. So Arabic. We Arab people, we don't say Arabic, we say Arabi. It's in the throat area. Arabi, in the front. You feel it in the right under your jaw. Arabi, right under your jaw. So the letter after it is the letter that I love the most, which is a very fancy letter. You might hear it in the Parisian accent of French, which is Ghain. It is quite close to like Paris, which is a very fancy kind of way to talk. It's the letter Ghain. We use it in the word to sing, such as غني, غناء, يغني, غنيمة. It's very fancy letter. I adore it. And then we have the letter Fa, which is equivalent to an F, Fa. And then we have Qaf, which is again like an opera singer. You might feel the huge difference between Fa. This is Fa, which is equivalent to an F. However, Qaf is very much so different than Fa. and it has two dots, so always remember, two dots means that it weighs heavier than a fa, so it's qaf. And then we have the K sound, which is kaf. This is the K sound. It will look like this when it is used. When it's not, it's like so, and when it's in the end of any word. And then we have lam, which is actually not that far away from an English's L, however reversed, and it's cursive. All right. And then we have meme, which is extremely easy, meme and M, and then noon, which is an na sound, and then ha, very easy, wow, extremely easy for English speakers. Some Asian languages might find it difficult, they might use it as a va. And then lastly, we have ya. So in English, you would say from A to Z, we will say من الألف إلى الياء, which is the last and final letter in the Arabic alphabet. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section down below, and always smile.